evening, everybody. Good night, or no, good evening, I think is what you say when you say hello.
Talking Dirty
with Maestro.
Not just numbers,
Not just stats.
it's about what they mean.
Oops. Maestro. We're going to throw this into a movie.
See, is that better for you?
Educate me. I'm going to send to you the information.
Talking Dirty.
Hello and welcome to Talking Dirty with you, boy. Me. Hopefully everybody's feeling good. Oh, the season's in the air. You know what I'm saying? Let's go and get some. This will be a different type of recruiting talk because this is about benefiting for the season and benefiting in between the seasons, as some of you are looking to get looked at and move forward next level or improving where you are now. What are some of the things that are looked at when those scouts like myself look at film, look at a game? What are the things we look for? I've been pretty transparent about the things that I look for. I hope I have. If not, I will tell you again. Hopefully my old heads can rattle them out for you. I look for how you move without the ball. I look for how you position yourself with or without leverage. And I look for your decision making, how you execute as a product of your decision making, not just a product of your athleticism. So that first point, move. So many times I hear players say, man, get me the ball. My first question, what did you do to help me get you the ball? Because a lot of players don't even realize whether they're open or not. Now, if you are a player, even in a scrimmage, and you're waiting to get the ball, you're just waiting and you're not moving, you're losing points in my eyes because you're not giving the passer an opportunity to do something for you because you're not doing anything for them. When a play sets up, do you understand where you need be to give your passer a lane versus giving your passer space? And I'm going to talk about that in a later pod. But you have to work to get open. And you have to understand when you are open. Because when you get a player with a high IQ, and I know you like to stand, I'm going to let you stand. And I'm going to position myself where you're going to think you're open. And hopefully your teammate will be not so smart and think you're open too. And when they start to pass to you, as they start to pass, I start to move into the passing lane. Thank you. That's mine. I'm out. Because it is just that simple. How do you know when you're open? First of all, it comes down to your feet against space. In other words, I might be standing by myself with the player standing 2 feet away from me, but if my teammate with the ball is 15 feet away from me, it doesn't take much for them to cross that distance to get into the lane. So that means if I have that space, I need to give them a lane in which to give me the ball. And that means I need to do what? I need to move my hand away from my defender with my body in between. That's a lane. I'm not sitting there with my hands in front of my chest, which I'm not going to tell you how much that bothers me because it shows me that you've not had anyone, and this is not your fault, that you've not had anyone to explain to you the difference between a passing lane and a working lane. Two very, very, very different things. And this is a level where you need to be learning this stuff. My defender standing 2 feet off me or 1 foot off me. I feel like I have space to receive the ball. I put my hand, I give my passer a lane to throw it to where I am the barrier between the ball and my defender. The defender has to come through me to get the ball. Going to be a foul. If I get the ball, as I retrieve the ball, I shift my feet and my hands, so now I'm ready in shooting position, thumbs in a T, and I can also pass the ball too. Last but not least, as I move to get myself open, when I'm running off a pick and roll, if I'm running through the lane, if I'm running just to shift sides, every time my feet hit the paint, what? Old heads tell us, my inside hand should go up for the ball as if I'm calling for a pass. Because if I get it, I want to be able to react quickly, just like I just talked about. When I get the ball, position my feet quickly, ready to shoot. That's how you make yourself available when you move to give your teammate someone that they can legitimately pass the ball to. So instead of saying, get me the ball, ask if you are open. Ask your teammate, what did they see? It's not always about what you think you are, but it's about what others see you are. Knowing the floor also comes down to something else. And it comes down to, and this is going to be a football analogy, but it relates to basketball very clearly because I've seen this happen a lot of times in basketball, but I've just seen it happen in football, and I just want to bring it up because it's the exact same thing. It was actually an excellent defending of the pick and roll. The New York Jets, my New York Jets, playing the New York Giants, that other team, in one of the worst football games in the history of mankind. Okay, just say that right now. It set football back 375,000 years. However, toward the end of the game, when the Jets had an opportunity to come back, and I believe this is when the game was set into overtime, Quinnen Williams, a Jets defensive lineman, was rushing into a play, and he got quick blocked by Saquon Barkley, the running back for the New York Giants, who was trying to leak out for a screen. So this is a typical pick and roll kind of move, right? I set a pick, I didn't roll into the passing lane. Quinnen Williams, who is super fast for a guy who's 6'3", I think he weighs 335 pounds or somewhere in there. He only had 3 steps to get to the quarterback, which he could have covered easily. But instead of taking a chance and doing that, he recognized the setup for the screen, and he immediately turned, recognized where his man, Saquon Barkley, had gone. Saquon Barkley, by the way, 6 feet, 236 pounds, and a lot faster, was breaking out for the screen pass. Quinnen Williams, recognizing that, goes back, covers the distance between him and Saquon, and disrupts the play. And no one saw it. I was waiting for someone either on the radio feed or the TV feed to recognize how that play was stopped. They were so busy talking about the visible pressure that was on the outside of the quarterback for the Giants. They did not talk about that simple move. And it was so obvious if you look away from the ball. That is what scouts look at. That is the kind of things we look for. How do you sub-defend a pick and roll with the player that's smaller than you, faster than you, or bigger than you, or more athletic than you? Those are the simple things. It's all about how you move and how you have the IQ to move. You want to raise your level. You want to raise where you are. Execute those things. Trust me, you're going to get a lot of people's attention, especially people who know the game. Thank you for checking out this half of Talking Dirty with Maestro. Get your noses up.
Thank you for listening to the Maestro. Want to get involved? Bring it.
Drop in discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops.
If you have the brain, join as a coach. If you have the game,
join as a player.
see the game,
Be
be the game.
game.
Now, back to the
Maestro.
Maestro.
Sorry. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Welcome back to Talkin Dirty. Let's continue on that train of low post offense, but I'm going to speak to the shorter player being guarded by the taller player, or maybe the player with the greater reach. This is where you need to use the rim and or backboard as a screener. Now, you being smaller is going to make this a little bit more challenging. So here is how you have to make yourself get in position before you get the ball, because once you get the ball, you're not going to be able to do this. If you're a shorter player, knowing that you're going in and you're going to be guarded by a taller player, you want to go as deep as possible for two reasons. You want to press them underneath the rim, or you want to press them to the baseline and underneath the backboard. Either way, this works for you as a shorter player. Now, this also relies on the timing of whoever has the ball and is going to make the pass to you. And this is not a move you can kind of leisurely move your way into. If you're a shorter player, you have to move in there with intention to make them come get you. So in other words, what I might do is, if I'm the shorter player and I'm cutting into the low post, I might actually cut to the opposite side to make it look like I'm cutting to the opposite side, just to make the big man move his feet to address me. And then I'll rotate back while he's underneath the rim and throw my hips back, reach out for the ball. Remember, I'm the shorter player, so it's going to be what? It's going to be chest high or lower. Reach out for the ball, both hands, not one hand, both hands, because my hips are holding him underneath the rim. Hopefully my man catches that timing. As I make them move back, they're already starting the pass, whether it's off the bounce or from the chest or overhead, doesn't matter. As soon as I get the ball, as soon as I receive the ball, and I know I have my big pinned under the rim, I quick turn straight up. In other words, I jump turn straight as I leave the ground and I start to twist right toward the rim, because when they go up, guess where their hand's going to go? Into the rim or into the backboard. And now at that moment, I make my decision. I go up as if I want to dunk it. Whether I can dunk or not is irrelevant. I go up as if I want to dunk it, but all you need in that quarter of a second is to see where your big man hands are. If they realize they can't make that jump, you continue to go. You don't lean toward the rim unless you have them totally pinned under the rim. You dunk it, or you float shot it right into the rim, because you're right there. Again, gravity pulls the ball down into the rim, not you, unless you're dunking. Again, that move, I flash cut into the post. Let's say, let's stay on the same side of the floor. It works from either side. I flash cut into the post. The big reacts to my flash. As the big is reacting to my flash, that means the weight is committed to move to that side of the basket or to the middle of the paint and the post. I spin turn right away, putting my hips on their thigh, addressing the ball, awaiting the pass. When I get it, chest high or lower. Now, upon receiving that pass, I don't have to look for feet now, unlike before. I'm going to make my move straight to the rim. I'm not going to give them a chance to adjust. So I'm going to spin turn right up, look and see. Again, going up as if I'm going to choose violence and dunk it. Because if I do that, I'm at the height I need to be where I can dunk it, or I can float shot it into the rim. So that's a move you can use as a shorter player being guarded by a taller player in the post. Use your speed to your advantage. Use your leverage and then being off leverage to your advantage. And more importantly, that activity now will call for, when you make another flash, the defense might over or undercommit. You read that, you continue to flash through to the corner. You're now open for a corner three. You flash in, they underreact because they're expecting that move. Your player reads that. Again, every time we flash, what do? Hands up like Randy Moss, like we won the pass. Don't ever run through the paint without your hand up calling for the ball, even if you're a decoy. Looking at the ball, running through the paint. That's a principle. I think I've said that before. I hope I said that before. If not, I'm saying it now. Whenever you make a move through the paint, you should be calling for the ball. You should tell them, I'm 7-Eleven. I am always open. Right here, right now. Whether you're open or not is irrelevant. So you make that move happen for you. You go in. Now they're going to have to react because now you've shown your ability, even as a shorter player, to receive the ball in the post, make a move on their big, receive the ball in the post, make a quick pass out to your wingman or your relief man, or cut through corner three. Now guess what? You have the defense doing every single time, and you own the movie theater. You are in charge. You are the composer writing the symphony. You're making this happen every single time. It is, quite frankly, just that simple. But you have to be willing to move with authority, move with intention, and yes, move with violence. Not receive the ball. Now I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. Your decision needs to be a decision of reaction, especially when you're the shorter player. Because if you give that big just that extra second, you're now blocked. Don't give them that. Remember, go in, intention, purpose, violence. Make it happen. Go for it. Welcome the contact, welcome the foul, but always looking for the rim. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of how to handle the shorter player going into the post against the taller big. We'll get to some more of these. Trey, this is a really good question. You really make me thinking about some other scenarios. Now I'm going to kind of put these out there. I'm also in the middle of reviewing a lot of the games that were played last season, just as sort of a scouting review of game-on-game action with key players from each team. And if there's a game that from last season you remember that was in particularly pretty good and you want me to do a breakdown of it and we can work out a schedule for me to do it, I'll do it. But hopefully it gives you an insight of how the game is seen from those not on the floor with you, but more importantly, those who are kind of analyzing what's happening. All right. And help you guys out a little bit as you scout yourself. Always scout yourself more than the other team is going to scout you. Why? You want to make yourself better. Figure out how you play the game. Good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Any more questions? Yell at your boy. Let me know what's up. You know, we're here together, man. Remember, this is our podcast. We're building the ship as we're on the ocean. We're building the plane as we're in the middle of the air. So let's just make it happen. Let's keep having fun with it. You know what's up. Speaking of what's up, that is the last time I mix mayonnaise, broccoli, cream cheese, watermelon, jelly beans.
Like I need to talk to somebody.
Thank you for listening to Maestro.
Thank you again for checking out Maestro. Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind. See you next time.
Well, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.